Bashers on Thursday. Good evening, everybody. It is 5 o'clock. My name is Dirk, and welcome to Dirk Weekdays. Bashers, the place where you come to feel better about how shitty things are. I know I do. Every single day I look forward to 5 o'clock. And today we had no interruptions. A little scary thing outside, but that kind of didn't last. So everything's good. Let's see who's kicking around. Andrew Wolkowicz with Canadian $5, working till 5:30. Tobster will love this show, as I'm sure will everyone else. Take a moment to upvote and subscribe. Don't forget to share the show. Please do that. It's been growing. And we're over 2,000 subscribers, and that's really, really cool. And did my device shut off again? What the fuck? I'm having a weird ass problem with my camera. That troll will love that. He will love that. Let me fix this. It was looking good. I apologize. Pardon me for the interruption. Holy crap. Starcam. Oh man, what the hell? Sorry guys. I might have to switch to my regular camera because this is acting stupid. I did this earlier and I didn't know what it was. But I'm gonna have to switch to my regular camera, I think. One moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. What a way to start the show, kids. Okay. Is it my cable? I'll be right back. I'm just going to fix this. I'm going to swap the cable out. I think that's what it is. I think it's my USB cable. I think it is. Oh, boy. And I just said, what a weird thing to happen. So, one moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. I think that might have been it. I think I might have had a dead cable. Wow. I'm so sorry about that. So sorry about that, folks. I have this very long cable that connects I use my iPhone for the show, as you guys probably know. And look at that. It got rid of, there's my green screen. What the fuck? Like, what's going on here? What a way to start the show. What a way. Oh, something happened there. I'll put a brick wall there. There you go. I got a brick wall tonight. Wow. What a way. Sorry about that, fellas. And why won't that work? Oh, there it goes. There's my thing. I don't know why it's acting stupid. Hi. Andrew Wolkowicz starts out the show with Canadian $5. Let's go right to the friggin' gongs, people. Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? Thank you so much, Andrew. And then Easy E says, can't sue me, I upvoted. Thank you for that. And $10 US dollars. I'm a little down, to be honest, but hope all is well with everyone and you, Sir Dirkums. Better today. Every day is a day. I had a moment where I just look around and see what's missing. I sleep with Laverne every day with her remains. And I hope you're okay, man. Email me at basherdirk@gmail.com. You're in town, man. Let's be friends. And for that, I'm going to give you that. Because you deserve it. Thank you so much for that. Dean says, let's bash. Upvote. Yes, please. Nathaniel Hannon, upvote, upvote, upvote. Finally get to watch a show live this week. Well, Nathaniel, we had a couple of texty poos earlier on today talking about actually he got me started on the idea. Let's do a big $9.99. Thank you so much, Nathaniel, for that. And then we have Travis Watts with the $5 super sticker. That one actually hurts in my headphones. It really and truly does. Thank you for that, for the super sticker. And heavy driver, keep driving on down the road, and you get $1 US 99. You get the everybody loves this, the mini super chat. Liked it so much I had to do it twice. Yeah, so it's funny, as I was setting up the show, I made pea soup today, and it actually came out really, really, really good. It's rainy and cold and shivery in New York City. I've been making a lot of soup, and I decided to make a real good hearty Irish soup, and I did. I made a beautiful pea soup. It's probably not Dirty Nelly's, which is the best pea soup I ever had when I was a kid. It's probably got like pork bones in it, so I wouldn't eat it now. But it came out really good. And I came in to set up my show, everything. I never change anything. However, I noticed I walked away from my camera for a minute, and when I came back, there was no picture. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I fixed it, and it was fine. And then I was like, hope it doesn't happen during the show. And then it did. And then I Googled it real quick, and it said USB cable. So what I did was immediately just swapped it out. Because it's way too long of a USB cable. I actually need one that's like that big. Because as you guys know, I upgraded my camera and it sucked. And then I A-B'd it against my iPhone 14 Pro, and it's like 1080p, and it completely looks like cinematic. So it's wonderful. So thank you, Heavy Driver. The Dirk Show. It is the Dirk Show. It's Dirk Weekdays with all of you. Now let's go see everybody else who's in the room. Travis Watts and Nino's here. I'm away for work at a hotel now. How exciting with that Lamagna-based movement you've got there. Selena, the lovely Selena. Hi, everyone. Sneaking in for a bit and upvoting. Always sneak in and always be here. We love to have you. Nino says you can finally watch live. Ray Ray is here. I got a picture of you, Ray Ray. I'm going to share with the world so everybody knows what a handsome divil you are. Selena says, easy. Hope you find some cheer with this community. Yeah, I hope you email me. I would like to know what's going on with you, my dearest. You're on the Upper East Side, right? So you're not far away. Melly C is here. She says, good day, Dirk. Good day. Carlos Paggy's here. Hey, yo, Dirk. Carlito from Banbury here. You're looking chipper. As Sheryl Crow said, every day is a winding road, and it truly is. I have my moments, like I said before. I go into the bedroom where Laverne is on the bed, and she's in her tin. I don't have a urn for her yet. I haven't decided on her final thing, and I just go in there and hug it and kiss it and tell her how much I miss her, and I do every day. Anthony Chan's here. Hey, Dirk, new pink Tudor chrono. What do you think? Hey, I want to go see that. Let's can we look at that right now? Let's go look at that. New Tudor pink chrono. Well, okay, let's see. Oh, let's go. Let's go to the videotape. Tudor's really changing my mind. Has been for a while. Oh, God, I like it. Because, I like pink. I like to wear pink shirts. I like pink and brown, pink and blue. I don't particularly like pink and black very much. I think it's too harsh a contrast, as would be evidenced on Watch Fashion Police with the lovely Michaela de Chatillon and Sheen O'Malley. I think this is quite beautiful. That's a great shade of pink. It's not quite bubblegum. I love pale, pale, pale pink. And I think a confident man wears pink because it looks great. If you wear it with a navy blazer, oh, man, you are in with a gorgeous watch. Oh, hey, I like it a lot. Let's blow that up. Ooh. What do you guys think? I really like it. I think it's cool. Tudor, man. I mean, I like this kind of, what do they call the Tudor Jubilee? Somebody's got to have made up a funny name, Easy says, as long as we hear your voice, good enough for me. Aw, pal. Thank you. Nina says you look good and green. It's like the Wizard of Oz, you know? Don't look at the man behind the curtain or Brick. The Brick sucks. It's funny though. It's like I have more guitars than are on that wall, but oh, it did it again. It did it again. I've got a problem, kids. And it wasn't the cable. Oh, snap. I can still talk. Wow. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to shut my phone down and I'm going to talk to you. I'll still talk to you during the show. We'll just look at the tutor and we'll talk about it. And then I will fix that. Okay. Wow. That's weird. Maybe it's my phone acting stupid. I like this very much. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh, it's a pretty watch. That color is really good. It's kind of like not bubble gum, maybe bubble yum. Possibly, if there's such a thing. Wow. Huh. I like it. I like it very much. My phone's restarting. We'll see if we can make that happen. I'm not on the screen, but you know, that's okay. We'll figure it out. I'm still here. Ray, Flat Earth Society's merchandise now available globally, we think. Well, the reason I decided to start out with that crap today was because Nathaniel and I had a little texty poo, and he told me about the bridge, you know, the ship that hit the bridge in the U.S. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? And he said, well, now there's all these crazy conspiracy theories about it. And I'm like, what are you talking about, conspiracy theories? What does that even mean? I don't quite get it. So let's see. I got my camera. My phone's back up. But I don't see a picture. So let me get the settings right. Camera. Huh. Start camera. Oh, there it is. I don't know. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. I don't know what it is. I restarted my phone. I don't think it's my computer, but maybe it is. And if it is, then maybe it'll just be the Headless Horseman show. So Nathaniel mentioned that there was all these conspiracy theories, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. Are we going there? Because I am not a conspiracy theorist. I mean, there was a very long time, and even Asheen agreed with me. We were both, because we're both nerdy pseudo astrophysicists, and you know, we're both obsessed with science and math and all that shit. And we both agreed that it's unlikely that we ever went to the moon. Neither of us ever said we didn't, but we both said probably it's fake, because you know the computing power in the LEM and all the missions that they used was like less than a Texas Instruments calculator. So basically it was like slide rules only. But you know, hey, there are smart people in the world and they can, you know, come up with a trajectory and all that stuff and figure it out. I guess you could do it. I believe it now, probably because of WikiLeaks, that there was like some stuff leaked that it was all real stuff about the moon. So I'm like, there you go. Daniel Gutierrez says, do the intro again. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I'm assuming it was my phone. It's not dead. My camera's not dead. I don't know. And it's funny. I cleared up the picture. I had a long talk with Spectrum, and they did something to make my stream look better. They upped even though I have the best package, they said that there was some data clogging, some kind of bottlenecking, and they cleaned it and it seemed to be better. Anyway, everybody's asking what I'm wearing tonight, and you know what I'm wearing? I'm wearing a courtesy of Tobster McDunkey. I'm wearing the Seiko Recraft, the SNKP23, which I really dig, man. I really dig this watch. And look at this. I got my camera to do this autofocus thing because I didn't know that was a thing. So now I can do that. So I wonder what happens though if I put the milli up there. Let me go take it out of my beautiful Mirage box, which is invisible. I have the only invisible Mirage box in the world. It was a collaboration between Mirage and Wonder Woman to create some fake stuff. So now, because I have a green screen, we'll see how stupid this looks. If it focuses on it, but isn't that weird the way it does it? Actually, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I still have the tape on the back of the clasp, because I don't ever want to get a scratch on the back. And I also have this on the back. You can see this. See this? I have a I can make my own coffee lids. Is that worn out? It actually is. I have to do a new one. I can make my own Nespresso pods. So what I do is I take a thing there, and I put it on there so it doesn't scratch up the back. But you know what's really funny? I just realized it's worn off. Time for a new one. Yeah, okay. My invisible Mirage box. Thank you again to the beautiful people at Mirage, because tonight, my darlings, tonight, my dearest, my bastards, one of you lucky sons of bitches is going to get a beautiful black roll. You're going to get one of these. It's going to be in this black Mirage box, which is not invisible, unfortunately. It's very visible when you get it. And here it is. Courtesy of the kind people at Mirage, and I don't work for them. They just sent me a box of stuff because I said how much I liked it. And because I think Selena wrote them a letter. She did. And what do I have in there? I have my Speedy in there. Look at that. Oh, look at the cameras doing such a nice job tonight. Look at that. This thing is beautiful, man. It's like leather and Alcantara, like in a Ferrari. So tonight, one of you beautiful people is going to get this. And I'm very excited to send it to you. And what I will do is when you win it, you send me the address at basherdirk@gmail.com, and I will ship it. Oh, man, it did it again. What in the fudge, man? Is this going to be going on all night? What in the... I can't shut my computer off because then I'll lose the stream. Okay, well, this will happen, and I'll just keep fixing it. I shut my computer off. I wonder what I'm doing exactly. Am I doing like a setting or... let me see. Is my computer is my phone just shutting down and doing that? Privacy and security. I don't know. Here's a question. Okay. Let's put something on the screen so we don't have to think about it, right? Okay, here, I'm going to play some of this stuff because this is what Nathaniel and I were talking about. Ready, kids? Foreign cyber attack, captain impaired by COVID-19 vaccine, Israel or Ukraine responsible, followed plot of Obama-produced Netflix movie, or the result of DEI policies. Now that's diversity, equality, and inclusion, right? If I do say so myself, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Crazy. So I'm going to play that for you, and then I'll be working on my phone and my screen, right?
Crash into the bridge, of course, which is false. There's absolutely no evidence for that. Another one was that the captain of the ship was impaired in some way by the COVID-19 vaccine. Again, totally false. Nothing happened with the captain. Others were claiming, obviously with anti-Semitic and anti-Ukraine undertones, that Israel or Ukraine were somehow responsible for the attack. And also, it just kind of got a bit wilder and wilder after that. There was an Obama. The Obamas produced a movie on Netflix that had a tanker ship run aground in it, so therefore the Obamas had something to do with this. And then, of course, these conspiracy theories and this tragic event was taken, used as a political battering ram in our culture wars in this country at the moment, and people decided to blame DEI, diversity and inclusion policies, some way for the crashing of this ship.
What spreads these? Once these are posted, how do they get spread so quickly, Donnie?
Then there's a commercial. Let's skip it.
Yeah,
I normally wouldn't be doing this, but
pretty
I've got to figure out what's going on with my
that,
phone.
we saw the numbers immediately on Tuesday morning, and it was tens of millions of people saw these posts. It's very possible that tens of millions of Americans woke up on Tuesday morning, and before they actually saw the news, before they actually saw the facts of what happened in Baltimore, they would have read some of these conspiracy theories. And I think, John, look, there's always been conspiracy theories about sort of any cataclysmic event in the United States or around the world. But I think what is different about what we're seeing right now is just the speed and also essentially just the volume of conspiracy theories immediately that will pop up basically on any event. I mean, we're talking about this today because obviously this is a huge story, the bridge collapse and the virality of these posts. But really the notable thing about this is how it is not extraordinary. there's an alternate reality, right, being created every day, whether it's Taylor Swift rigging the Super Bowl or whether it is the 2020 election being rigged in favor of Joe Biden, both of which are false. But more and more Americans are living in this world. And look, the people who are making this misinformation and disinformation are spreading.
Okay, enough of that bollocks. What the fuck is wrong with us that we have to come up with that kind of shit? And it's always some political thing. It's either super far right or super far left or whatever the hell that is. I just don't understand that. I mean, the captain had I have a neighbor who believes that the COVID vaccine was responsible for, well, she believes that, oh man, what the fuck? I'm just going to keep talking and figure out why that's doing that. The COVID-19 virus is not a thing; it's fake, and that the vaccine is causing is got some kind of agent in it that is controlling people. You know, which is just bizarre. I just don't get it at all. Look at that. That looks great, doesn't it? Let me blow that up. So I'm not exactly sure what that is or what that means, and I think I might have to go to the brick wall because that looks terrifyingly bad. I'm sorry, kids. I don't know. That looks even worse. How about my Michaela show? That looks good. I look really bad. How about black? That's even worse. Bashers. Yeah, but I don't know what it is. Like this device that I have keeps. You know what? I'm gonna shut that down. Camo Studio, and I'm gonna reboot that. I'm sorry, it's taking up. We'll go longer after I figure this stupid thing out. I think it's my phone. Maybe it's time for a new phone. Maybe my phone is fucked. I think I got to get it off auto lock. I think that's what it is. Camo auto lock. Is that on now? Not working. Oh man, I apologize. Here it is. There's my thing. All right. Yay. Look at that. Remember the old Bashers look? Look at that. I'll leave it like that for a second, then I'll figure out what's going on. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Dean says, tech support fund. Thanks. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for that. You get a big gum. Those. I don't know why that would be. Oh man, it keeps doing it. Oh boy. iPhone auto lock. I don't even know how to do that. Auto lock is grayed out because you probably have low power mode set on. I don't have that note. So auto lock will lock your phone, which is 30 seconds. That's about when it's doing it. Turn off iPhone auto lock. That's what it's doing, I think. Go to settings, display brightness, auto lock. I didn't change a damn thing in here. I didn't change a goddamn thing. Oh, man. It was going to be such a good day. I wasn't in an up mood. Go to settings. Yeah, so I'm in settings. Go to display and brightness. Go to auto lock. Auto lock 2 minutes. Never. How about that? Okay. Is it back? It is back. But I don't know for how long. I think I've got a problem. Can't just stay the way you are, you son of a bitch, you. Yeah, so conspiracy theories. Why the frig do people feel like they have the necessity to make those up? And people love to be led, I think. I think it's people just love to be led because science, mathematics, these are actual things that we can rely upon. Now, I'm not saying that the COVID-19 vaccine was something that everybody should take. I think it should be your choice. I did it 5 times and I didn't die from that as far as I know. And it did it again. So that didn't work. So that's really weird. All right. Well, Dragon Lady, that's what he says, right? Who knows, man? Could certainly be her. I'm being attacked by China. It's so unbelievably weird. It's so unbelievably weird. The only other thing I could think of doing is switching the USB port. That could be it. I'll do that, and then I'll fix this, and we'll get on with it. I'm so sorry. Okay. That's you, right? Oh, my word. Okay. Shit show. I've got a brand new title, Shit Show. Because that's what it is. Okay. I can try now. Oh, wow. Yeah, and it looks so good today, too. It's just something weird. I don't know. And that's funny. I kept saying I was going to get a new machine. I just switched USB ports, thinking that could be it. You think you have everything all set up and then you don't. Why in the world would that be doing that? I don't know. You're being attacked by China. You're absolutely right. 32, 46, 19 hike. I missed a whole bunch of super chats. It took me so the fuck out of the show. Yeah, there's Ash Fishpool. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Great to see you. Sorry about that. Jim Lassick. Hey, Dirk and friends, trying to super chat, but having difficulty. Sorrow in Cabo. Well, that's fine. And it did it again. Oh, man. Oh, Shevitz. Scotty H. Lord H says, hi to all you bastards. Okay, so I'm going to give up on that for the night, and I'm going to switch it, I think, to my regular camera, and I'm going to take it out of, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to get rid of that stupid, I'll get rid of the green screen. I'll just sit in front of a green screen right now. I don't have a green screen. None. There you go. I'm so sorry about that. But you know what? It's a chat show and we'll figure it out. This way it won't do that anymore. Looks terrible, but what are you going to do? Carolyn Martin in attendance, the girl with the wrench, everybody's favorite. Conspiracy theory, aka irrefutable facts the government doesn't like. Yeah, well, you know that's not really true at all. But it can be too. But I love my Seiko. Yeah, so I mean, I remember when like 9/11 happened, and I live in New York City, and of course, I lived through 9/11, and I was here for all of that. And like I know a bunch of people who died in there. People tell me that it was staged and it was fake, and that's very hurtful. I know several people who died of COVID, and when people say that there was no such thing as COVID, and I'm not saying it didn't come from Wuhan, it didn't come from the labs there. It probably did, but I don't think Anthony Fauci was like part of that. I mean, I think and when I say part of it, I'm not saying that he didn't know about it or he wasn't there, because he was. I'm not saying it's not a conspiracy to kill people, which is, I think, what people try to do. Shane McGee says £2.49. Let's give you the. We all love the triangle. There are some conspiracies that, like John F. Kennedy. Very interesting. Do I think he did it? No, I actually don't. I think he didn't do it. I think he was a perfect scapegoat. Do I think that the government had something to do with that? I kind of do. So I do believe in some conspiracy situations, but others I don't. Like this bridge. It was very simple. That ship had been having a lot of problems with electronics and navigational tools. And what happened? They crashed into the bridge. So Topster says, not equality. The commies hate equality. It's diversity, hate white, equity, steal from white, and inclusion, exclude white. Well, I will say that I believe in inclusion. And I also find it really funny that as a, middle-aged white guy, you're probably the last guy in line to get what's coming to you, because there's so many boxes to tick. I think it's a shame that we have to do that. Like, that's why I hate the Oscars, because it's just like, oh my God, look who they're giving awards to. Giving awards to they're ticking all the boxes, and it's ridiculous and all that stuff. But I do believe we should treat each person in the world with the same respect as the other person. I don't think that, that kind of shit should have anything to do with anything. And communism, it depends on which form of communism you're talking about, because people like to equate socialism with communism. I mean, all of Europe is pretty much socialism. We have the social. You want your social security money? That's socialism. I mean, I wouldn't mind having free healthcare in this country. I like to adopt the best things of a lot of different things. Communism sounds great on paper, where everybody shares in the thing and we're all part of the same thing, but it doesn't work because somebody always wants more. That's why, China, communist country, everybody comes here and becomes a big giant capitalist and buy up all the real estate. As I've seen here. I mean, it's incredible how many foreign people now own big giant properties in America. And I was talking to Jimmy, my guitar player from Hitman, this morning, and I remember years ago in Ireland, you couldn't buy property unless you were an Irish citizen or had connection to an Irish person or blah 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 blah. And that's all changed because Ireland's owned by God knows who now. When Paul and I were looking at Italian properties, it's like really hard to buy properties, to get properties there, unless you have, some kind of connection to Italy. They want to make sure of stuff. That here, it's just the biggest seller. And that is one of the tenets of, a free nation. You can buy and sell and do whatever you want. I think there should be restrictions on what we're allowed to sell here. Because, and I've said this before, and this is unpopular with the lefty side of my brain and the lefty side of my friends and viewers, but it's like, when you look at a place like Paris, France, that is so incredibly cultured and so incredibly French and so proud and all that stuff. Well, they decided to just get super liberal at one point and just started selling off everything to everybody. And it's getting to the point right now where, when you get enough people living in your country, in your place, that aren't French or identify as French or care anything about France, who gives a shit about l'Arc de Triomphe? Who cares about Le Tour Eiffel? Who cares about any of that shit? It starts to happen. And that sounds very far right, but I think that we should be able to preserve culture. Why would you want to go to another place and impose your culture on somebody else? I'm not saying go to my country or any of that stuff. Get out of my country or any of that. Get off my lawn shit. It's like, Americans, we came here and we just killed a bunch of Indians and we took their country. We're all Europeans, and then later on Africans, and later on Latin Americans, and the melting pot. It's amazing, and it should all work, and it does, and then it doesn't. But if you have a country like France, you see a lot of problems going on with the diversity so out of control. I do think that if to get a job in France, you can't get citizenship unless you speak fluent French at all. You could get citizenship here if you don't speak English. And yes, I know America doesn't technically have a language on the book, and it's English. But don't you think, like, if I study Italian every day of my life, because when I do eventually park my car over there, I want to be able to be a member of society. I don't want to be the guy, like I used to work with this amazing guy named Ramos. Great bar. He was a bar back and terrific guy. He's a bartender now, and his English is pretty good, but he used to refuse. He goes, I don't need to speak English. And I said, well, why? And he said, because I live in a Spanish neighborhood and I live with all my Spanish friends. And I was like, yeah, but what if you want to move up? And because he's a terrific guy. And eventually he did. And it just was really very hard to figure out. And it's very hard to make statements like that without people thinking you fall into one category, or you're racist, or I am not jingoistic in any way, shape, or form. I am not a nationalist in any way, shape, or form. I am hardly patriotic. Depends on what I think. But I think that people need to make stuff up. Getting back to the whole conspiracy theory, it always tends to be one group of people who have an aim to try to point it towards something that they believe in, that it's somebody's fault that they oppose. And that's what it generally always seems to be, like with all the things. Now this crap, and then now they're just cherry picking, which is incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. Like, pick one of those and figure it out. It's just absolutely ludicrous, and it takes me to places I don't want to go. Anyway, rant over. Topes are everybody's favorite right-wing pundit, says 17 times over 50 years ago. Now with carbon fiber, computer, ceramic composites, and the Artemis program is thinking about multiple refueling stops in elliptical orbit. They are lost. That's why we keep you on the show, my friend, because you're great and you're smart and you have an opinion. And you know what? I love opinions, especially when they're not mine. I love that. Selena, you've got one. Selena, you have one. One of the beautiful Mirage watch cases. Carolyn Martin says, give me a shout if you need to talk. I'll check my messages. Yeah, easy. We're all here for you. Show Oshin how the autofocus works on his camera. He has a mirrorless DSLR, and I'm using an iPhone. I just didn't realize that setting was there. I didn't see it. Mark Wild says conspiracy theories are just a way to cash in on loads of hits, getting the revenue from advertising. I personally think Biden will blame it on Trump. Listen, their job is to blame everything on the other person. It is always the job of opposing political sides to blame the other person for what has been done or what has not been done. And that's the shit part of it. That's why I hate the two-party system. That's why I hate the fact that it costs hundreds of millions of dollars for somebody to run for public office. Why in the world can't Joe Blow? I can't because my last name's Kennedy and they'll shoot me. Why in the world can't a teacher or a science professor who's really smart, or Admiral McRaven, who I would kill to frickin' be our president, the guy that wrote the book Make Your Own Bed, he's military. I think it's a prerequisite. I think anybody who's president of the United States should have served in the military in some ranking capacity. I think they need to understand how it works and have been there and been through training. And I think it's completely necessary. It's absolutely ridiculous because the stuff that elected officials, are fine when you're a mayor. Like now we have a cop who's more of a pencil pushing cop, but he's a terrible mayor. He's really terrible. And the other day, I'm going to just get into this for a second because I don't know if you guys know about this. But a cop, a beautiful young 31-year-old police officer, did a routine traffic stop in the Rockaways. Now, Rockaways it's like the Venice Lido. It's off of like the borough of Queens. It's on the Atlantic Ocean. It's a big strip of gorgeous beach. But for some crazy reason, and it used to be a resort for young couples. They'd have bungalows in the 40s and 50s, and it was a nice little retreat. But now it's like some kind of drug-addled hellscape. And they stopped this guy. These two guys they said in the car, please step out of the car. And they didn't step out. So the cop approached the car and one of the guys pulled out a gun and shot him and killed him. 31 years old. And you know what? They're like, the suspect, it's on camera. They have police footage of this guy killing him. And like, this is where I differ from the rest of my lefties too. And it's like, listen, if there's 100% accuracy that you murdered somebody, I have no problem with them knocking you out and saying good night. Bad machines, shut them out, pull the plug, let's go. I'm done with them. I have no problem with that. I think the death penalty in general is a bad rule because good people, not necessarily good people, but people who aren't guilty of what they were accused of can be put to death. But I think 100%, like on videotape, complete accuracy. I mean, were you just going to put them in prison where they're going to do drugs and have all the gay sex in the whole wide world and all that shit? It's a playpen for them. And they're bad machines. People who kill people and hurt people and rape people, they're bad machines. How are they good for society in any way, shape, or form? Rehabilitation is bullshit. Because I know a bunch of people who went to prison and they came out and they were worse. So I don't know. Rant. I don't care. Rick Ticket says Trump 2024 MAGA love. I would say that if I didn't know what a colossal asshole he is. I grew up a couple of blocks away from him, and that's the problem. Oh, look at that. Selena says I'll abstain from this giveaway. So everybody should know that Selena, of her own accord, said, oh, you really like those. I'm going to write them a letter and tell them that you talked about them on the show. And you know what? I'm sure that's what did it. Vaughn says, Toussaint, no Chuck. Oh, you guys are talking about Chuck Norris. I'm sorry. I'm getting out of it. I'm missing. I got my train of thought is so cuckoo today. Bob Sacamano says, equality and opportunity is okay. Equality and outcome, not okay. Completely true. The best person should always be chosen for the job, not because they tick a box. As witnessed by anyone who's ever had to buy we don't use tokens on the subway anymore, but we used to. Anyone who's ever been employed as a token booth clerk, they couldn't pass a third grade IQ test because they hired dumb idiots. Melly C says, Dirk, your Seiko, stunning. Thank you to Tobster McDonkey. Look at that. And this is my computer camera. And I don't know why my phone was doing that. I'm still upset about that. Vasilios P says, Chinese are buying all over the world. I find it very interesting that a communist country, I know that we've sent all of our manufacturing there. And that's a very big problem. And I've talked about this before. This is lazy Americans' fault. And this is unions' fault. Unions built America. Unions destroyed America, because it's not the unions itself. It's that the lazy people joined unions and realized that they were protected from everything. So they just decided to do shit. I watched this whole documentary on Detroit, and it was before a plant shut down. And it was a whole bunch of guys and who didn't have that made in America pride, which made in America used to really, really, truly mean something. It meant it was better. It meant it was made with pride. And they were arguing about, well, the guy said, the government guy who was giving out, trying to legislate shit and try to make things work for people. They put it to the guys in the union. And they're like, well, what's better, taking a 2% pay cut just so we can keep this plant running, or you guys not having a job anymore and us closing this shop? And they chose, maybe to call their bluff, to close the shop. And that was the end of one of the longest running auto assemblies in Detroit. And then they showed it 5 years later, tumbleweeds and guys doing crack and all the shit. Mark Wild says, look at London. It's a shithole. I haven't been I've been in the airport. I haven't been in London town in quite a while. And I love that town. Is it really a shithole now? Isn't that amazing how that can happen? I mean, New York City has turned into what a scary place. Like I've said to you guys all a million times, we don't go to Times Square as New Yorkers, but I've had to because, Miss O'Malley likes to stay there. Her company puts her there. And I can't believe the shit I see. Topster says, the UN imported so much Islam and African diversity into France and Europe, and then violent crime skyrocketed. Who you think burned down Notre Dame? Look up church fires since Obama blew up Libya. Listen, action causes reaction. It's 100% true. It's like trying to get your head around, and I'm not going to get into the whole Palestine-Israel. That's the other guy's show. But I truly believe that, Hamas is considered a terrorist group by a lot of people. So were the IRA. And you know why the IRA existed? Because they were tired of British oppression and all of that stuff, and occupation and all that stuff. So instead of slingshots and petrol bombs and all that shit, which I think the Irish invented, a bunch of guys got together and created the Irish Republican Army and blah, blah, blah. That's exactly what they did in Palestine. They were tired of the apartheid, and they were tired of all that stuff. And these people they're sequestered. They know what to do. So these guys got together and created Hamas. Do they do terrible things? Yeah, they sure do. So did the IRA. But it's action creates reaction. And that's been happening since the end of time. And the shit that's going on in France is I have a friend who lives there, and man, I can't believe some of the shit. And people don't believe me when I say, and I'm not saying that Sharia law is on the books in European cities. It's not on the books. Obviously, it can't be until it is. It is practiced by small groups of enclaves and used amongst their own people. And then when girls and cute little skirts try to show up, and gay dudes and whatever, they get stones and shit thrown at them. It's all over the internet. You can see it. Who cares? The Bruce Lim says, attorneys make less when you whack them. That's very true. Topster says, Trump is in town and attended the wake of the cop. Also donated a ton of money to pay off her mortgage. Well, see, that's nice. Biden is also in New York doing an Epstein Island. Reunion. Did he have anything to do with Epstein? Did he? I mean, his son probably did, because that guy's, we all know he's a piece of shit, and we can call that what it is. Easy E says, good buddies, DOC corrections cop in Brooklyn, pretty tough job. Also, corrections cop's a really tough job. So many crazy stories, but he's smart and avoids conflict. And can de-escalate. Could you imagine? They're talking about closing Rikers Island now. So here, for people, and you're from all over the world. So on the opposite end of Queens, like if the Rockaways is the Lido of Queens, on the opposite, on the north side, there's a little island that is not far away from the Mets Stadium, Citi Field, and not far away from Manhattan. It's actually adjacent to LaGuardia Airport, which is now quite a beautiful airport. Thank you, Governor Cuomo. It's beautiful. It's now considered like one of the best airports in America. And that was a pledge he made, and he kept it. And his successor is just a joke. So they have this thing called Rikers Island, and it houses like all the criminals in New York. That's like when you do something bad, you wind up in Rikers. You get on the bus, you get on the bridge, you're in Rikers. And now they're talking about closing it. You know what? It's not accommodating. It's not accommodating. Amazing. Topster says, in China, they own all the land. You can own your home, but the government owns the land, and no foreigners can buy land, obviously. See, I kind of think we should do that. I think you should have a connection. You could have an American wife, or you could apply for citizenship or any of that stuff. But you didn't believe the paperwork we looked at when we were talking. We almost a couple of weeks ago, there was a deal that looked too good to pass up. And we were like, let's figure out how to do this. And we went through the paperwork, and it was like, holy smokes. It was like maybe 80 grand, 70 grand worth of paperwork, like that kind of money. Because I have Irish citizenship, but Paul does not have Italian citizenship, and that's something that would really help out, you know. This Seiko reference, Vaughn, is the SNKP23, courtesy of everybody's favorite right-wing Republican pundit. Isn't it beautiful? Like that orange seconds hand, and the date wheel is just unbelievable. So colorful. The dial's so beautiful. I love it. We like watches, right? This is a political show, right? Easy says that China wants to take over the world. Yeah, they want to take over my apartment. This is what they want to do. Nino says, I stayed at Times Square last year and felt like I needed penicillin. I'm telling you. Nino, tell me what hotel you stayed in, because I've now been in all of them, because that's where Miss O'Malley goes when she stays here. Rick Decker, Notre Dame was burnt down by a Muslim extremist. That was the second attempt. Is that true? Is there a place I can read about that? I'm not saying I doubt it. France, Belgium, Netherlands, Sweden, all in the shitter. Sweden's in the shitter? I live in Spain. Not too bad yet. Portugal, that's the place to go as well. Vasilio says, Dirk, all Chinese getting golden visas in Europe. Well, I'll tell you what they do get, and I've mentioned this on the show. I found out that they all, like, different groups play a lottery, and they put X amount of dollars in every month, and then one month it might be it's your turn, and you get all the money to buy property, and then you buy that property. You have to still continue to, it's like for life, you have to contribute. I don't know how much money it is, and when you get the money, you then mortgage the property. You pay for everything in cash, then you mortgage the property, but you get a 1% loan from the Bank of China or the Royal Bank of Hong Kong. They give 1% loans over 30 or 40 years to any Chinese nationals buying American property. Should somebody stop that? I think that they kind of should, because I think that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I think it's a bad move, not a good idea. You know, see, you guys, I'm not that. People think I'm liberal. I'm not. I have my moments. I'm 50-50. I'm right up the middle. There's a lot of things. I think you should treat everybody equally and fairly, and I think you should be kind and generous and all of those things until they fuck you. Then they fuck you. You have the right to be mad. You know. Mark Wilde says, the Muslim London mayor has shared the stage with known Islamic terrorists. You couldn't know how bad London has become. Jews are afraid to leave their homes. They are openly targeted. Is that true? There's a lot of Jewish folks in London. Listen, I'm very interested. We went from conspiracies to other things. Act Blue, the main fundraising apparatus for all Dems at every level, was exposed for millions of fake donations, and they found the majority was China, funded by AKA China bought the Democratic Party. Well, probably not untrue. And I'm sure, yeah, listen, politicians are whores. Politicians will go wherever the money is, and they're all rich. Like I had said earlier, it's impossible for anybody to run for office unless they have some kind of giant, lobby behind them. It's impossible. And that's the problem with America, is there's so many smart, beautiful people who do love this country, who want to do the right thing for American people and people who want to become American people, but don't want to cater to all the foreign outside influences who are coming in here and taking over properties and businesses. And eventually it'll be politics. And that's what's happening in Europe right now. And it's bad. It's bad. I do have a completely different opinion on refugees, though, because I think that our problem is certainly not the Mexican border wall, because I've met the hardest working people in the whole wide world. Yes, there's going to be some bad eggs in a bunch, but every single Mexican person I've ever worked with, and this is 25 years of working as a bartender in a Mexican restaurant, the stories that they've told me, the heartache, I've never met harder working, more beautiful family people in my life. So there's a way to legislate it. There's a way to make it more dignified. I totally think so. We don't have to worry about a wall. We have to worry about people coming in on a plane and just waltzing in here and taking over. That's the problem. Who needs war when you have real estate? Just buy everything. Buy absolutely everything. I love how Rufus changes the subject, and I think that's what we'll do at 5:52. How about the new Tudor chronograph that's pink? Looks great. We talked about that. Did you not see it? Did you not see it? Let me go find that for you. Because then that's when my phone started acting all stupid. Here it is. Let's share it again, because he didn't see it. I think this thing is beautiful. This is just for you, Rufus. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, heavy driver. Be nice until it's time to not be nice. That's what I said. Hold the door open. Say please and thank you. Hug the ones you love. And don't be a dick unless they're you know what? Because it's so true. It's like, there are times when you can't be nice to people, because when you're sometimes too nice to people, they'll walk all over you. And that's happened. This is a beautiful watch. I love it. Look at that. And only a confident man wears a pink watch. And it's a lovely shade of pink, as I've said before. It's maybe I would call it Pepto-Bismol. I think it's the same color as Pepto-Bismol, right? I think it might very well be. Nino says, too big for my wife's wrist, but Mino, it might be perfect for your wrist. Would you wear a pink watch? How many people out there would wear a pink watch? Anybody? I have to think of a good trivia question for tonight's giveaway. We'll do pictures and then we'll do the giveaway at the end. Now I have to think about what the hell I'm going to come up with. Carolyn Martin says, me, you've won before, lady. But I have a box. I don't like that name. Yeah, it probably is that. Topster says, I would love the Zenith Chronomaster pink, or one of the Grand Seiko pink tiles. Ooh, Grand Seiko's pink tiles are so beautiful. I don't think anybody makes more beautiful tiles than Grand Seiko. One says lilac. I think lilac is more purple, right? Isn't it? I think it looks like Pepto-Bismol. I got a lot of pictures. Lots of things for us to look at. Yay. So I guess the end of that political story is just like, you know what? Protect your own. And be nice until it's not possible to be nice anymore. I know I've had to learn that. Hey, yesterday I came in the building and the husband and his mother and the dog were coming out. So I held the door open and I said, good evening, everybody. And I just kept walking, even though they're trying to fuck me so hard. I just thought, you know what? I'm not going to be that guy. I just don't want to be that guy. Why are these all turning blue? Let me see what this is. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm looking at the pictures that I'm starting for tonight. That's Ray. Okay. This was the first one from last night, and it's a beauty. You ready? Let's look at everybody's beautiful stuff. And then I'll figure out what happens with my camera and fix it for tomorrow. Let's share the screen. This is Daz Davies and his absolutely exceptional Aquaterra. 8900 with the date at 6. And that looks like the slate blue dial, which is one of the killer ones. I had the opportunity. Sheen offered me the Speedy or the AT, and I went for the Speedy because that's just how I roll. Even though I love this watch, absolutely love it, and I love that rubber band. It's one of the most beautiful rubber bands there is, if I do say so myself. Thank you, Daz. That's from Daz, right? Daz Davies. Here's a picture of everybody's favorite man from the Isles. It's Ray Ray. You got some big paws on you, Ray Ray. Look at that. He's a man who wears a lot of rings. He's got a lot of. He's very bejeweled in his schmore. What are you wearing there? I can't tell what that is, but it looks very, very hefty. Oh, you're a pretty big bloke. Good. Angelo's in the room. He says, good evening, all. Good evening, Angelo. Welcome. We're doing pictures. Steve McDonald says, Speedy is my favorite, but the AT is the best watch. I mean, George Daniels, it's got like that amazing coaxial movement in it. Absolutely incredible. Steve McDonald with Daisy the dog and some other things. So let's look at those. Oh, yeah. Looking good. Looking great. With his GMT. Oh, look at that. That's great. That's Pluto, right? Really cool. Oh, there's Daisy the dog. What a pretty lady. She's pretty. God bless, man. Why does that keep resetting? I don't know why. That's Steve McDonald. Angelo Minichello. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O, who just came to the room and just in the nick of time because we're just about to show your stuff. Okay, this is extremely revealing. Beautiful. What was that, like brown croc? Oh, I mean, my God. Have you ever seen anything as beautiful as that? Well, first of all, I always talk about everybody thinks Calatrava is the ultimate dress watch, right? And then the DeVilles, but this is the classic Omega Seamaster automatic with the small seconds. This is one of the most elegant, beautiful watches in the world, and to me, the ultimate dress watch. It's the ultimate dress watch. Everything about it, from the applied logo to the beautiful indices, the numerals, the hands, everything about this watch is perfection to me. Incredible. Wow. Yeah, I've looked at a couple of those, hoping to get them, win them in auctions, et cetera, and it never seems to work. But one of these days, I will. That was his dad's everyday watch for 70 years. 70. How about that? Wow. Wow, that's incredible. Dean's, he says he couldn't get the Snoopy, right? But he got this. This is pretty. I have a bunch of swatches. I have a fleur-de-lis one. What do I do with that? Yeah. I'll show it to you in a second. This is cool. Great dial. Yeah, those are cool, man. Those are cool. I have the plaid one, but I have the fleur-de-lis one as well. The swatch fleur-de-lis. I got this in like 1989. It was a gift from Paul. We didn't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy you a Swatch, yeah, and we both could live. I have the plaid one in my closet, and I've got to go get it because I have to take that thing out and get it fixed and put a battery in it because it's plaid with a red and a green strap. It was very, very cool, and I wore it to death. You know, I did. I wore it to death. Jim Lassick is going to show off his tan. This is a guy who wears a watch every single day, and it shows. It looks like you have some kind of crazy skin condition. Dean says not his watch. I said it was, right? Well, let me see. Is there another Dean in the room? Let me see. That's a different Dean, pal. It's a different Dean. It's a different guy. It's two Deans. Look out. I once was at a party and somebody said, I'll give that to Dirk. And I saw her hand it to somebody else. And I went, it's like the only time I was not the only Dirk in the room. Because, you don't meet a lot of Dirks. I don't think so. Maybe you know one, but I once met this guy and he came in and I saw on his credit card, I was swiping and I was like, oh, hey, because I always went by Jimmy behind the bar because it's much easier. And guy goes to me, I said, hey, Dirk. And he goes, hi. And then I just took out my wallet and I showed him. It was pretty funny. Everybody's favorite hairy Sicilian. It's Mr. Tony Scuderi. Hey, how are you with his babies? Look at this. Look at these. What are they waiting for? Oh, I bet you got some snacks for them. I bet you they do. Look at that. Oh, it's her birthday. Ooh. Is there anything cuter than a birthday? Pet birthday? Oh, man. Thanks for that. And where's some more wrist shots from you with your big hairy paws? We'd like to see him. Dean McKenzie now with some art. Isn't that cool? Because that's what we do here. It's not about just watches or any of that stuff. Incredible. That's beautiful, man. What is that? It's like a wire sculpture. I love it. Tulips. Tiptoe through the tulips with me. And I've been trying to watch the new episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm because I just got HBO back. Doesn't seem that funny to me this year. Am I wrong? It also looks like it's filmed a little cheaper, and everybody seems a little stale. And I watched the thing with the lawn jockey, and I didn't think any of that was funny. And basically, he broke a lawn. You could predict all the gags. And then he broke the black lawn jockey because they were in Atlanta, and people have that stuff down there because they're racist. And he broke it, so he had to go buy one. And of course, the black salesman came out and he was trying to describe what he wants, and it was embarrassing. Finally, they just bought a white one and they put "Just for Men" on it, and it was actually pretty stupid. But thank you for those; they're great. Those are very cool. Very cool. Did I miss something? No, I got it. Melly C in the house. Ooh, Melly C. I get to see them before you do because I got to boot it up. Talk about Aquaterras. Wow, that's an Aquaterror. That is beautiful. A two-tone white teak dial. Oh my God, look at that watch. First of all, the flat link bracelet in two-tone is just killer. Killer. Wow. If you only had one watch in the world, it should be this one. It should be the Aquaterra. It's an all-rounder. It's a one-watch collection watch. I mean, it's got exhibition case back, 85 or 8900. It's got, the most beautiful styling, applied logos, applied indices. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely one of the most beautiful watches in the world. And that is a beautiful specimen. Thank you. Oh, and this is a very cool Tudor, too. I've never seen this one before. I like it. It's very playful. Very playful. It suits you. Oh, look at that. What is? Oh my God! This guy looks just like my Glaucus. I had a cat named Glaucus, and he died a week after my dog died because they were best friends, and he just tanked and he got sick, and he looked just like him, except he had a black nose. But he looks like Sylvester because his markings are beautiful, beautiful. Bob Sacamano says, sorry, Dirk, one watch got to be the sub. Yeah, I understand that too. But I think as an all rounder, and Emmett and I will talk about this, and Emmett and Oshin laughs about it all the time. I'm not a big Cyclops guy. I am a big fan of this kitty cat, though. Holy shit, that looks a lot. For tomorrow, I'll get some pictures of Glaucus. He's beautiful. He's like Sylvester. He's perfect with the perfect feet, perfect hands. And by the way, black and white cats are the smartest cats in the whole wide world. If they had thumbs, they would murder you in your sleep and steal all your jewelry. They are absolutely unbelievable. What a cutie pie. Hey, so I got an email today from Vedran Sinclair, and what a lovely guy, and some nice things to say on the show. And he sent some pictures. I said, please send some pictures. I'll feature them on the show. And here they are. Look at this thing in its full. This is the No Time to Die in its luminosity best. Look at that thing. My father-in-law wants this really bad. And I guarantee you, if I show him this picture, he's going to finally pull the trigger and get it. Because that, my friends, is watch pornography. Holy crap. You got a big chunky wrist on you too, huh? Croatian man. Look at that. In his Beamer. Very nice. Let's blow that up right now. Looking great. Looking great. Wow. 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 That looks amazing. Yes, I prefer it without the date myself. I don't need a date. I don't mind it. I like it on like that. And I like it on other things. I'm not a Cyclops guy. I think it ruins the symmetry of the watch. I love the sub no date. I don't need a date. This is really quite beautiful on that Milanese. Delish. Thank you so much for that. Wow. Thank you, Vedran. I got them all right. Yes, I did. Okay, I want to make sure because I was like, "Give me all your pictures." Melly C with the with another one. Did you send me two? It's the same one. Okay, I don't want to repeat myself. Thank you so much. Yes, you did. Brett Lane, orange is the new black. Hey, with his glycine. Is that how you say it? I don't really know how you say it. I'm sure it's glycine. Look at the baby dog. Oh, give him a big kiss. Looking great on your manly wrist. Manly watch for a manly wrist. I mean, this is a very interesting case and colors. It's very cool. It's kind of like how many people out there would wear the Alaska Project if it became something that was available and affordable? Would you get it? I don't know. You could always just get the Mars watch, right? Because that's got the same thing in it. Just Marathon's got the Abarth, which is that special Italian commemorative engine package and trim package. Absolutely sick. That's a Roadster, my friend. Looking amazing. Beautiful. Look at that. That is killer, man. People are asking for better pictures of your Guinness, Tobes. Like, do a better shoot, you know? Ashley's here. Hey, wait till you see this. Wait till you see this, everybody. Wearing the Frollo Venezia at a hockey game. How cool is that? I'm going to send that off to Sheen if you didn't already, which I'm sure you probably did. Looks great in Tiffany blue. The actual Tiffany blue. That watch looks killer. I bet you get a ton of compliments for it. Everybody's got their favorite color. I'm leaning towards dark blue. Everybody loves the vermilion. Everybody seems to love the Tiffany. But I really like, I think the understated blue one, the dark blue one. Look at that. I love it. That looks amazing. Amazing. I will forward that to him, or he could just watch the show. And he does. He watches the show. He watches the show. He watches the show. When he's editing, he's like, oh, why did Dirk say that? Shane McGurk. What do you got here, mister? Got a bunch of blokes in a pub. All right, let me blow this up. Right. That's Liam and Paddy, right? And he's like, where's your wife? I don't know. I think she's dead. Is this you? What's going on here? I don't know who that is. And I don't know what you look like. Is this you busking? You probably told me in the email, but because I boot these pictures up, I can't see it. Now that looks like, if I didn't know better, I'd say that was Angus Young on the left. And is that Phil Rudd? I don't know if I'm right. I kind of feel like it is. Tobster wants a Patek World Timer now. Yeah, sure. How about one of the, you don't like the Omega World Time? I love that watch. I think it's beautiful, but Patek, I mean, doesn't the Pontiff have one? What did you say in this? Hey Dirk, hope you're well, my friend. They say the best camera is the one you have with you. Just some random people. So those were random people he caught in life, which is very exciting. Vasilios with his Orient. Let's have a look at that. Very nice. It's very the nipples look very, very much like a Seamaster style or an old sub. I don't know much about these watches, but I've seen them on a lot of guys. It's unbelievable. Amazing. Looks great. Love it. I love that you love it. That's important. You got to love your watches. I'm telling you, this Seiko's been getting some serious wrist action because I am loving it. Oh, look at this. Right? It's Accutron time, kids. Accutron. Originally created by the Bulova Company, not Bulova, the Bulova Company in New York City. Jackson Heights. Look at that thing. Can I blow this out? Look at that. Those things are super cool. And they're really expensive now, right? I believe that they are. They're hard to come by. The original ones. I think they make them now, right? You can get them. Thank you, Carlos, for that. Carolyn Meriton says, this is how we roll in our house. Oh, ain't that the best? Ain't that the best? Happiness is a warm puppy. I remember I had that book. It was a Peanuts book. And it was Snoopy. Because happiness is truly a warm puppy. That's for sure. Thank you, Carolyn. Vasilios again with a beautiful, this is I don't know what kind of flower this is. I'm sure some of you botanists out there will know. It's beautiful. What do you call those things? Are those some kind of snapdragons? Beautiful. And then we got Ray. Someone say Guinness. Oh, look at that. Well, if you can't get a pint of Guinness in the west of Ireland, where can you get it? I guess Dubliners will say Dublin. And that looks like, first of all, I had a Guinness when Emmett was here. We went to this local Irish pub and I had a Guinness and it was in the new Guinness glasses, which are shite. I don't want a Guinness in a glass other than what Mr. Meehan has presented here. That's what Guinness comes in. That new one with the striations up the side, I fucking hate it. And why is that a thing? Why do people have that? Why is Guinness making those? You need to stop, Guinness. You need to stop with that shit. Thank you. Let me just go back to make sure I didn't miss out on some of the great chats. Bob Sacamano says, did you watch the Kaminsky Method? I got about 4 episodes in and it just felt Borscht Belty to me. I plan to return because everybody on the show is great. Hey, Dirk sent you a few of shots earlier. I got them. Thank you so much. And you're here. I'm excited. Who else? Vaughn says the boxing cat. That was the black and white one. I'm going to save that picture, show to Paul. He won't believe it. You got to give the role to the best pick. Oh God, that's hard. Then I have to judge somebody, and I don't like judging people. That's not fair. Travis says from the Omega catalog, the Aquaterra would be a great one and done. It is a great one and done. Steve McDonald says I went to the jewelers to pick up a Datejust, like because that can happen, and walked out with an Aquaterra because they didn't have the Datejust. But still, why wouldn't you? You know. Tobster says that's a nice one. SMP so much better. I said that earlier. Yeah, agreed. I like the 600 Omega a lot. Me too. It's beautiful. It's a beauty. Everybody's loving it. Yeah, they love. You know, I was a little confused by that too because when I watched the Loom shot, I just said, "Oh, that's a No Time to Die," and then it's black. And I know that they make a blue one now, so I'm a little confused with that too because that's just black. I don't know. I was confused by that model, and I thought I knew every model there was. Want a better shot of Tobster's Guinness? Bum, 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 bum. Pick of the day. Then I'd have to pick it. That's not fair. I don't want to do that. Oh, geez. No. Just want to grab it. Oh, look at this super chat. Holy schmokesies. Hey, it's Sergeant 03331 with a $20 super chat. Great seeing you. I finally made it to your live stream. Yay! At work, but letting you know that I'm following your way of watch collection, quality versus quantity. Definitely. I just, just keeping a sea dweller. Wow, sir. Two-tone Yacht Master and Air King. Hey, man, listen. What do you need more than that? I'll tell you what you need. You need a Speedmaster in there. Every watch collection has to have. If you're going to have more than one watch, you have to have a Speedmaster. I'm sorry. You have to. The history, the legibility, the wearability, the strap monsterness, everything about it. If you're going to have more than one watch, one of them should be a Speedmaster. I just think so. And that movement, it's incredible. Manual wind, beautiful, 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 beautiful. But Vasilios loves all the blue dials. I love a blue dial. Who doesn't? I told Paul this, and I said, "Oh, Carolyn's got a Willie." He's like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Those are Jeeps," of course, because he knows everything about cars. Scotty H. PayPal, thank you very much. He does that all the time, and you are a sweet guy. And thank you for contributing to the channel and for being part of our scenario. I'm so sorry about the camera situation today. I don't know what the hell it is. Is it my computer? I don't know what it is, but my phone just decided to just not keep broadcasting, which is ridiculous. It's the Bond 60th anniversary, not the No Time to Die. Thank you, Mr. Fishpool. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's the Bond 60th. Let me go boot that up. We'll have a look at that first, and then we'll do the giveaway. The Bond 60th NVERSARY. Let's see. Oh, it was blue. Okay, this is the one that I saw. Okay, it was. I thought it looked black because it's just dark. Here we go. When I went to the Omega event, I saw this. Yeah, this is a beauty. This is amazing. 8300, 42 millimeters on steel. And that's an 8800, 8806, right? 8806. Yeah, it's a beautiful watch. Amazing. Bond inspired box. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. It's got the white circles before the gun barrel. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Before COVID, when they had them in the store. Yeah, I know you can't get them now. Yeah, I know you can't get them now. Before I forget, and I didn't do this because this, you get, my friend, you get the mega super chat because that's who you are. And thank you so much for that $20 super chat. Keeps the channel going, keeps Dirk from getting behind the bar and having to sling drinks at people and deal with mean people anymore. Now I'm just at home working, and I love every single millisecond of it. Now, if I was to go through the pictures and do it that way, that would mean I'd have to judge something. And I don't know if I can judge somebody on their watches. I don't think I could do that. So what I'm going to do instead is since one of you guys in the channel brought it up, I'm going to go through the emails right now and go find look at Sergeant's at it again. Sergeant 0331, $9.99. I'm keeping 2 Omega Broad Arrow GMTs and a Seamaster Planet Ocean. Both of the biggest case 44, of course. I did look for the man on the moon. We'll see in time. Very nice. You have a big wrist? What's your wrist size? What's your wrist size, Sergeant? Hey, why don't you do me a favor at basherdirk@gmail.com. Send me a nice quick wrist shot right now of your favorite watch on your wrist, and then we'll talk about it. Because that's what we do. You send me your pictures. I share it with the world. Melly C. You know what? Guys, I think okay, do you mind? I'm gonna do it. Melly C. You get the watch roll. I'm gonna pick the best picture, and I'm not gonna choose your watch, even though you do have the beautiful Aquaterra, which we all love. It's for that guy. You win. You're gonna get it. Do me a favor. Send me an email at basherdirk@gmail.com, and I will be giving you a brand new one sealed in a box. I was going to do a trivia question, but you guys said I should pick from the pictures, and I can't judge people's watches because I don't care. But I love that she shared our watches, and I love that. And I'm assuming that you're a girl, Melly C. I'm just assuming that. I don't even know that for sure. Sergeant, thank you so much, and you get a. Why not both? Because that's an incredible contribution to the channel, and I can't thank you enough for that. So let's go back to this. This is the winner tonight. I hope everybody's not pissed. There'll be plenty of opportunities. I have a box full of goodies, but you know who wins? That guy wins. Because I'm not judging people by, she sent us a watch. She sent us 2 watches. She sent us this guy. She sent us the Tudor and the beautiful two-tone Aquaterra. And I just can't think of a better I can't. I just can't. Because I had a cat named Glaucus who looked just like that. There's a 4th one. I didn't even see it. Oh, look, and he's watching Snoopy. Melly C, by the way, is the one that collects all the Snoopy stuff. So and you know what I'm gonna do is, like, in the coming weeks, I'm gonna pop into the Swatch stores a lot and see if I can get a hold of one of those stupid moon swatches, the Snoopy ones, because I want it. I really want it. But look at that baby. You win. Please. Oh man, I can't get enough of that. Melly C, just send me your address to basherdirk@gmail.com, and I will ship that out to you tomorrow. Brand new in the box. You win because you deserve it. And everybody says, yay, nice one. Well done, pick of the day. Congratulations. Murder Mitts, yeah. The cat photo wins hands down. I think so, too. Everybody's happy. I'm glad. I'm glad you said that, because you know what? Ray's going to send a picture of his pussycat next week. Not fair. Well, you should have done it. But this guy, I mean, can you ever? Can you just? So much mischief, the black and white, so much mischief. And he's drinking out of the tap. Look, that's what he's doing. He's on there. Oh, she's in Ireland. Do you know how I know she's? Oh, wait a second. See if anybody knows this. Ready for this? I just figured out that she's in Ireland. Do you know how I know that? I'll give you a couple of guesses. God, I'll wait until you can figure out that I know that she's in Ireland. I'm not going to end the show until you know. It's not because they love those taps, Easy. Melly C, you want to know why I know you're in Ireland? Ray, I knew that was a joke. Oh, Sergeant 0331 has an 8-inch wrist. That's impressive. Easy product near right. Yes. Dirk, my dogs are pissed off. They say you're a catist. I'm a catist right for that. Yeah. The reason why I know that Mellie's in Ireland is because she's got fairy liquid, fairy wash up soap. And anybody who's in Ireland or anybody who's Irish knows that it's fairy. My sister got it right away. Anybody who knows any wash up soap in the kitchen in Ireland is always fairy. Fairy. And I always get it when I can, and I love the way it smells. It just reminds me of being a kid. It just reminds me of being in my granny's house. And I absolutely loved it. So everybody got it in the end. Anyway, cats and jammers. That guy wins. By the way, Melly C, can you tell us real quick what his name is? Or is it a boy? It's a boy. That's a boy, right? That looks like a boy. Is that a boy cat? I'll wait till you tell us what his name is. She says, oh my God, thank you. Well, that's great. And I'm happy for you. But I want to know that cat's name and I want to know it now. And did you send me an email? Let's see if we got it. In the interim. Oh, let's say, oh, here's a picture of the sergeant. Oh, wow. Look at that beauty. Oh, brother, bread and butter. Wow. That is an unbelievable piece. Look at that. Looks great on you. Absolutely amazing. Thanks for that. And then we got Eric Bell with the Breitling Super Ocean. That's a beautiful watch. What a beautiful color on that dial. Unbelievable. Okay, Melly C says she's not in Ireland. Okay. All right. Well, you'll tell me. How do you get fairy soap? Oh, maybe you go to one of those Irish stores like I do. I go to this place in Queens called the Butcher Block. Facilio says we use fairy in Greece. I thought it was only in Ireland. Wow. That's amazing. All right. So I was wrong. Anyway, you're the winner. Send me your address and I'll ship it out to you tomorrow. And I'm very, very happy to be part of your everyday week. This is Dirk Weekdays. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. with the big guy. He does his show from 4 to 6. I start my show at 6 on Friday. So it's Classic Bashers tomorrow night. I'll be back for Dirk Mass on Sunday Mass on Sunday, and then Watch Fashion Police on Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we return. And I'll be giving away a bunch of stuff next week from the Fine Mirage people and from other places as well. I want to thank everybody who participated in tonight's show. You are all beautiful, wonderful people, and I'm so glad to be a part of your lives on a daily basis. Thank you for showing up all the time. And just remember, I'll fix my camera for tomorrow too. And just remember to say please and thank you, hold the door open, hug the person you love, and don't be a dick at all if you can, unless, of course, that person's a total